Hi, I'm Diane Rose Solomon, and I'm the author of What to Expect When Adopting a Dog. And maybe you've seen some of my other tip videos, and today we are not offering a tip, but I do want to share with you how I even got involved with animal rescue and education and writing books, because maybe the story will resonate with you. About 23 years ago, my husband and I were getting ready to go to a breeder. We were going to research breeders to find a golden retriever. That was our breed of choice. I still love golden retrievers. But at the 11th hour, our friend Chris found a puppy on a field when he was playing soccer and couldn't keep him. And he called my husband and said, "Would you take this dog? I can't keep him, and I know you're thinking about getting a dog." And I was really resistant. Maybe you can relate to that. What I was imagining in my head that this dog was not the exact dog that I had in my mind. But my husband was a lot more willing and open to looking at a puppy, and he went and saw this puppy the next day. He called me and he said, "He's really cute." And I said, "Fine, I will take a look, but that's it." Well, he showed up that night and the puppy was on his lap and I fell in love. And honestly, I don't know what I would have done with this puppy if I hadn't fallen in love, because I didn't even know about shelters back then. I didn't know about animal rescue 24 years ago. In fact, many people didn't. So we ended up adopting him and we named him JJ. And I ended up speaking to some people about this new puppy we had, and somebody said, "Oh, there's a woman involved in animal rescue you should meet." And I joined her fundraising efforts. She was doing some rescue and medical aid work. Her name's Sandra May. She's a wonderful person, and her organization was called Animal Guardian Society. And it was through her and through her organization that I joined her board. I learned at the time that there were about 12 to 16 million healthy adoptable dogs and cats that were being euthanized in the shelters. And it broke my heart into a million pieces. And I thought, well, what else can I do to help this? And the next thing I found myself was becoming a certified humane education specialist through the Humane Society. And then I started writing. I thought, how can my story, my experience be shared with other people and make a difference? Because I felt like if I was getting ready to go to a breeder, but I just didn't know about dog adoption, there were probably other people in this world that were also planning on going to a breeder because they either didn't know or they just had too many questions. So the first book that I wrote was a kid's book, and it's called JJ the American Street Dog and How He Came to Live in Our House. And it's a fictionalized version of the story I just told you about how we adopted JJ and fell in love with him. But of course, there's a young girl in it to make it more fun for kids. And of course, it's educational. And then I wrote a whole series around it. So the next book that I published is called JJ Goes to Puppy Class. Whoops. Because what's the first thing you want to do when you have a new dog? You want to train them to make sure that they're behaving in your home the way that you'd like them to. So then what happened is I was speaking in different schools, and people began to know me in the community as somebody who might have some answers about dog adoption and just general dog questions. So people started calling me. A lot of people started calling me. And I realized I had a lot of information, a lot of experience. I knew a lot of people in the industry, professionals. And so I wrote What to Expect When Adopting a Dog. And it's a compilation not just of my experience, but also of the professionals that I mentioned who have all come together to share their expertise with you. And there's links in there to dozens, if not hundreds, of articles for more in-depth information should you be interested. So the good news is that 20 some odd years later, that the numbers are way better. There are many more people adopting dogs. There's a lot more spay and neuter. There's a lot more education, but there's still millions of animals still being euthanized in the shelters. And we're talking about healthy, adoptable animals. But as I said, the good news is it's getting better. The world is changing. So I did something about it. You can do something too. So what did I do? I adopted JJ. I then got some education, and then I started writing. You don't have to do all of that. But what can you do? You can join me. You can join me in my mission to help eradicate pet homelessness, neglect, and abuse. When you purchase my books, you are helping support humane education all over the world. So even if you're not ready for a dog, and really, I always say, be responsible about it. Maybe you know somebody who is ready for a dog, and you can buy them a copy of What to Expect When Adopting a Dog. Or you can donate it to your local shelter. They can share it with people who come in, or some of them might even want to buy copies to give away or to sell to people who are thinking about adopting a dog. So there's so many things that you can do to help, even if you don't adopt a dog, even if you don't write a book. But join me. Let's do this all together. I know that there's so much more work to be done, and I know that if you're watching this video that you care too. So thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time to watch. If you'd like to learn more, you can always check out my website, read the book, share the book, and there's a lot more stuff coming from me in the near future. Thanks for tuning in. More tips coming next week. Bye-bye.